down and roll the VFO, maybe, drop down lower or higher, maybe it's wired for maybe higher up or maybe down in CW. No go. And it went up to over a 3 SWL. I said, what the heck is that? I could tune it, and when I do tune it, like once it's tuned, I can only go about maybe 10 kc up from where I tuned it, where it's resonant. On tune now. And with the 4-to-1, I could go like almost 30 kc up. I think I told you that the other night. And going down 20, but going up about 30. Under a tuner, with the tuner. That's neither here. They're just curious to see how long it could hold it down, the tuner. And before it goes up to like a 1.5, that is. This one is, I can tune it, and the tuning, once it's tuned, it still doesn't reach. It's not as broad as the other one. And without any of the antenna tuner being in mind, and running in voltage bypass, the new balance is high. It's like over a 3 SWL. I think that's free. I wonder if somebody maybe cooked it, toasted, or maybe the way it's wired. And now the reasoning maybe be, and I don't understand it, maybe it's higher because there's more impedance in that balance, or you could maybe tweak it on other bands more so than the other one, the 4-to-1. I'm assuming that it sounds, the theory sounds like, that could be. That I don't know. Over?
It's not changing, like say you got 400 ohm, say you got 600 ohm, it's not transforming 600 ohm down to, what would it be, 150 ohm, like a 4-to-1 would. That one's a 1-to-1, so it would be, let's just say your antenna and your feed line is 600 ohm altogether, and it's just letting 600 ohm pass through. That's all.
Are you saying, believe me, maybe if I had a 600 ohm ladder line, it would be more, this here is more set for a 600 ohm rather than 450?
No, what I'm saying is, if you have, let's just say you have your antenna and your feed line is 200 ohm. Okay, let's just say it's 200 ohm, and you have your 4-to-1 on there like we do now. It's transforming 200 ohm to 50 ohm, which is 4-to-1, and that's why you can see the good SWR without the tuner. So the 4-to-1 is transforming the 200 ohm down to 50. The 1-to-1 is not transforming. There's no transforming going on. It's 50 ohm 1-to-1. So whatever's coming down the antenna and the feed line is what's coming into the shaft.
Well, with my MFCJ, the analyzer, if I put the terminals, the alligator clips, on the ladder line coming down, without the balun, either balun in line, I got pretty much the same, a 1.5-to-1, maybe 1.6-to-1, but no balun, just my clips right on the end of the ladder line where it bolts onto the top of the balun, whichever balun it may be. And when I put the 4-to-1 balun, I put the clip on top of the terminals. It's giving me about the same reading, just like as if the balun's not there. On the other one, I didn't try that. I don't think it would. I don't think the other one would be like the 4-to-1. Now, I didn't hold on to it long enough and do more tests on it. I'm kind of baffled a little bit on that deal.
If you put the clips on the top of the balun where the antenna is going, the feed line is going into the balun, you're not going to get any different of a reading if you just did it on the feed line or if you hooked it up to the balun and checked it on the terminal. The difference is on the other side of the transformer where the coax is in.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's why I was telling you, with either balun, it don't make a difference. I heard you, Joe. When I put the clips on, no, I do. However, I think we're in the same agreement. I'm not getting that result with the new one. You know, it seems like I should, because I can't see that making a change. If the 41's not making a change, this one is the one-to-one.
I think your antenna is just very unique because it's fed with 450. It's cut to a resonant length, but most ZEPs aren't. And you have right at the end of your feed line a 1-to-5, 1-to-6, which is very, very unique, I believe. Because, like on a double ZEP or you could say a doublet, your impedance is very high at the end of the feed line.
Yeah, it is. I know I spent a lot of time to try to make the double ZEP resonant. And then, believe me, I busted my butt up and down, up the antenna upset. It came coming down, walking on from one end to the next or to the other. Anyway, it wore me out. And it wasn't like a matter of a couple hours. It was off and on for several days. You know, working a little bit at a time, like say several days, maybe a few days, 2 days. Yeah, because it's a big area, and you know, walking up and down, I got a good workout. I think I lost a few pounds, gained plenty, but it was and a lot of sweat. And then when I put that 20 there, I finally took the 20 down. I think it actually was a plus if I took it down, maybe because of the residue. You know, people say, man, you're like all over. And so I started checking the fan dipole. How much residue does the fan dipole produce? Man, I don't know if you took the time and checked it out. Oh, man, I didn't realize how nasty they are. There's the compromise. It's notorious, that was the word was, for residue, IMD, what the hell was the other one? EM, electromagnetic problems, and yeah, and on and on. So, holy, it's being a real bad sucker, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was as bad as what they're saying. And I mean, it's always worked good for me. Basically, I still got a fan dipole. It has a double extended step up there, and the 7580 meter together, and they're spaced like the book recommends, anywhere from 6 to 1 foot apart from each other. So anyway, so I'm going to send it back, and I'm going to keep the 41, and then I start doing more about this 9-to-1. And you're talking about the unarmed. I don't want no unarmed. The unarmed. What the hell is an unarmed? I read all about the unarmed. I don't mean to keep you out there. I don't want to. I think Fred's right in here too, Travis. But yeah, the wheel's still in motion. So interesting. John, how you doing? Let me let John Travis respond. Hold on, go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, see, it don't make you a 91 balance. You never know. You know, it's like you're running coax to your balun, and at your balun you have good SWRs. I'm running coax to my balun, but my SWRs are through the roof. My impedance is could be anywhere from 500 to 2500, but there's no loss there because there's no coax. The coax is what gets hot and where the loss is. So I can run a really high SWR from the balun out and still be efficient and not lose that much. It's one way or it's the other way. Like you have a good SWR on yours, and I do not have a good SWR on mine, but I'm running 5 foot of coax, so I have no loss, and it's all going out. So I don't know, Sal. I think there's stuff out there that is just totally beyond me right now that I haven't dealt with. So it's too bad that you went and bought it, and I'm sorry.
No. That's all good. It's all good. I don't have any regrets or anything like that. Matter of fact, what I'm going to recommend, if they could make me a 9-to-1, I don't care about getting the money back. If they could make me a 9-to-1, now they say they do have a 9-to-1, but for receive, they're supposed to make receive quieter. They're removing interference and electrical noises. Yeah, that's all good. I don't need that. Now I know Palomar I don't know what the hell. I had a problem with that. I think the guy said the other side, it could have been a used one that was returned, but it did work. It worked for, I don't know, about 10 days, 8 days. And it was kind of a little finicky loading up when I first got it. But then it started working pretty good. I thought, oh, it's going to be all right. And then it died one night on me. I don't know if it was on the van at that time. And it just took a crash. And it's like, and there was no problem. They gave me a refund. But I kind of liked it. I was kind of like, shit, I really wanted to keep that button. Heavy duty, well made. So we'll see if I give these guys a shot. If they can make me one like that, like Palomar's got 5K, just go ahead and go for that. I'll be happy with that. If that don't work, oh well, I'll keep it as a boat anchor or something, you know. Maybe for heavy duty fishing or something like that. Haha.
Yeah. I think he might make you one, but there's probably not a lot of call for one, so it's probably why he doesn't have it listed. But if he's into making balance to order, I don't see why he could not make you one. With that said, if you want to turn it over to Joe and Fred, go right ahead, and happy hook now.
Okie dokie.
Your SDR is completely run by like you would say, like a computer chip. It's everything goes through a computer programmer in that way. Mine, the receive is SDR because you can get the digital receive and the digital filters and this and that and other. But my transmit is still conventional through roofing filters and width and all that kind of thing. That's why they call it a hybrid. The old time hybrid used to be like a Kenwood, to where the tubes were the transmit and transistors were the receive. On the new ones, the transmit is transistors and conventional radio, and the SDR part is the receive part. Before getting this DS10, I had no clue or had any inkling of what SDR was. I did know what digital signal processing was because that came out while I was a beginning ham, so I did learn a little bit about that. But we've got the 101, the FALS 101, that's SDR receive, and Fred's SDR receive, and it's conventional transmit.
Like a 300 watt. Hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2. What happened here? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Yellow. I bought something. I come by audio.
You got something, all right. You're darn near 40 over.
Oh, baby? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I put my headphones back and I unplugged them because I was talking with Donna, so I can still hear you guys. So when I come in here, I gotta turn the damn monitor off. Otherwise, when I plug it in, it goes, it makes it's like hot. So I make sure I shut that off. Then I gotta stick the plug in the hole. Then I put the monitor back on. When I did, I hit the monitor volume down, so I couldn't hear myself. Anyway, after I took all that energy to explain that, which was probably a meaningful, but anyway. You asked me a question about I'm in a town center at the moment. Let me go and take care. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask you that. An SDR. What is an SDR radio? I mean, it's a stupid question. I've been around for 100 years, but I hear talk about it. Is your radio SDR? I guess I can listen to it. I mean, I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm just so out of the up to now generation. I'm like also from the old school. That was one question I was going to throw in there. And the truck is probably laughing at SDR.
No, software-defined radio. A computer program is running it.
Okay. Well, a computer. So then these radios, like what I got here now, the old, the 9000 is this SDR, because what you say, there may be a microprocessor in this radio, but I don't know that without, getting down into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, it's not an SDR. It's got so much, it's got so many knobs you can turn and tweak and this and that and blah, blah, blah. No.
Okay. So SDR is more like computer setup.
Yeah, like the Hermes. It's just a little box, about the size of the equalizer that I have, but you run it through the computer, and the computer has controlling software. So the software in the computer controls the Hermes, and he makes all his adjustments through the computer. Filters, audio adjustments, all that kind of stuff. That's SDR right there.
No, copy. I understand. Okay, dokie. I appreciate the education. I do. Seriously. No, I'm like the old locomotive, the train going down the track, choo-choo, And now they got the electric train going by like a bullet. I mean, I'd still be choo-choo, like riding on the back of a camel.
You're right, Fred. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, people too like us, Fred. Good hearing you, brother. And you sound better, Fred. I'm worried about you. What was I going to say about that? I think a lot of times it's a lot of the old timers like myself. I won't include you, Fred. You're still a teenager yet. You'll get there one day. Ho. But anyway, I think what they do, they get it like so these big, like that 101 you have or we have, with all this newer stuff. A lot of guys can't handle it because when I first got that radio, I was like, oh shit, coming off my 1000D, my Yaesu, MP, and to me that was like moderate big. And then I got this 101, and I said, holy smoke, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this thing. But I got used to it. But at first I could see if I didn't have like Rich and other people help me out a little bit, I probably would have not been happy. I told Don that I like it a lot, and Rich called me up right away. He was all excited because I got what he got, and he's been trying to get me to get one for a while. And anyway, finally I got one. I said, yeah, I love it, man, but I don't know. I might even send it back and pay them for whatever the cost would be. He said, are you serious? Why? I said, I don't think I can handle it. I'm not familiar with it. I don't like something I don't feel like I have control over. But I kept it. And I am so freaking glad I did. Now it's like trying to get rid of my 101D. It's like me telling somebody, I'm going to have to put down on for a while. She's just not acting right. But anyway, or trade her in. That'd be funny.
Just imagine going to an SDR radio, and the learning curve doing that, along with trying to navigate through your computer, through files and things and stuff and so on, and make sure that the computer is talking to the radio. That's a great big learning curve. I mean, if you're computer savvy, that's all for you. You're the one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It took me a week to set up this little SDR play thing I got. I can receive signals. I can't transmit with it. All it is a receive. And I got it through my computer, and it's getting the receive signal off the back of my radio, so I can have a waterfall display for the FTDS 3000. that doesn't have one. And it acts up sometimes too, and I don't know what to do with it. It's all funky, and this isn't talking to that, and you got to have a driver for this, and when it comes to that kind of stuff, I just want to swing it. I'd rather have something in front of me and I couldn't imagine having a radio like that. There is no way.
Well, you got it after this, President. Put it over to you. I see. It's like you've heard the expression we all have. It's trying to teach you like an old dog new tricks. I'm like, I just don't have it. I don't want to learn. Can I? I did CW. I didn't want to do that either, but I did it. I had to put my money out and say, put your foot down and bust a nut and get into it. And you get all your might. You could do it. I could do it, but I didn't want to do it. But I did it. I accomplished that. I could probably do the FBI, but do I want to? No. Will I take the time to do it? No. I just don't. I don't have the time. I don't. And I probably don't have the know-how because I am not computer savvy. Donna Casey probably could get by with it, and I even assume you can. Me, no. It's too late for me. There's no hope for me to be modernized to that extent. I'm not saying, buddy. I want to say like an old